it's Raquel Bowman here, and today I'm here creating a layout for hip kits, and this is using the new April kits that I've just received. So what I've decided to do today is I've chosen the colour palette, and it's sort of the softer tones from the kit and some embellishments, and I'll talk you through my thoughts before I begin and what I'm thinking about design and what I might create. So the photo that I'm documenting today is this one of my kids, and it was taken, my mother-in-law's garden, front and back garden are amazing. They have it's just a world of adventure for the kids to be going through. It's like, I don't know, it's just utterly beautiful. There's lots of ceramics and things out the front that the kids can look at, like this one here. And then in the back is just this sort of rainforesty look. They've got lots of ponds and walk sort of pathways and things like that. I really need to take some photos to document it actually, but the kids love it, love going there. And on this day I was just snapping some photos while they were playing, and this beautiful ray of light come down on top of them, and it was just it was one of those moments where I just felt like there were people that were looking over us. It was just, I don't know, I got goosebumps on the day, like it was just amazing. So I really wanted to document this photo, and the colours that I chose from the kit were sort of, it was basically fed off this paper here, which is one of the ones from the Bloom collection by Maggie Holmes, and I loved sort of the pink and yellow colours in it. So what I did was I looked through, and you can see they're a bit brighter on the back, but I sifted through the pattern papers in the April kits, and I found this one here, which is a white with black heart, this grey one, this pink one, which I think is one of the Amy Tan ones, and then this text paper, which is from Elle Studio. So I found those, and I think that they work beautifully. And my thoughts with design was, all I really know is that I want to cut out these butterflies, which is going to be fun, and sort of have them fluttered across the page. Now I don't know if I want to have, say, my photo to one side and scatter them out this way, or if I want to have my photo in the middle and scatter them up and out. I'm really not sure yet, but I think that once I cut them all out, I'll have a better idea and I can play around with placement. Then what I grabbed out was, I found the pink and yellow Pink Fresh words, which work so beautifully. Because they were actually, I thought when I was looking through them that I wouldn't be able to find any that would work, but because they're so, that collection is quite bold, but these actually work just perfectly with that paper. So I grabbed those out. Then I've got a few of the cut files by Ashley that I've just cut in advance in case I might want to use one of those. I grabbed out, and it's for the gold element here mainly, the On Trend enamel dots. I've also grabbed out, because I thought if I go with gold as an accent sort of colour, that I could use some of the rub-ons from in here. That I could use a couple of the pink or the yellow rubber charm stickers off this one, and the gold one from here. So I've basically gone through the whole lot of kits and grabbed out anything that I thought would complement this. I cannot even tell you now that I've pulled all this out, which things come from which kit, because I tend to just, it ends up getting all mixed up once I start choosing things to create with them, because there's so much, I can't remember. So I thought maybe some of these cut aparts might work. Same with the washi stickers. I don't know, I haven't had a good look to see if there was anything in here that would work beautifully, but even just looking here, I think there will definitely be. Thought maybe some of the yellow stickers from here. And then I've grabbed, just to finish off, the wood veneer and these yellow pink fresh stickers. So I am going to pop this all in front of me and start fussy cutting out these butterflies, and then I'll be able to sort of have a play around. I'll speed you up and I will see where these ideas take me. Okay, so I do start by grabbing out my finer tip scissors and fussy cutting those gorgeous butterflies, and I do this one on camera and then I turn the camera off so that you don't have to watch me fussy cutting them all out, and they're just to the right there. And then what I decide to do is that I want to sort of have a bit of a triangular piece at the bottom of the layout. And my idea was that if I put this here down the bottom and then I pop on the photo on top and then I scatter the butterflies coming out the top of that, as I'm going to arrange in a moment. But what ends up happening is I end up changing this layout quite a lot, and it does cause me a little bit of grief. What I'm doing now is I'm just adding a little bit of an extra sort of layer behind that pink, and I just wanted that to add a bit of contrast basically against that white and the pink that was already there. So my idea at the start was to scatter the butterflies like that above that ray of light that was coming onto my photo, and I liked it and I didn't mind the design, but it didn't leave me a lot of room for what else I wanted to do. And what I'm actually going to do in a moment is I'm actually going to put you back into real time and just explain where I was at with my thoughts and my design process. Oh my gosh, so I am really struggling with this layout. I don't know why. I think because I had a sort of preconceived idea in my mind and none of it seemed to be working out. So what I have done is I've turned my design with the triangle to the side. I really want to have enough room for journaling, and I think that's my biggest dilemma, because if I place my layout this way and obviously turn it, it doesn't leave me a lot of empty room. Sort of, if I'm popping the butterflies here, then I feel like I would have to journal either this side or this side, and I felt like it was making it too heavy. So, you know, I could even have my title this side and my journaling this side, but I just don't feel like it would be very balanced. Whereas if I turn it and pop my layout maybe further down this way, just to balance the heaviness up here. Oh, sorry, that's my puppy. And then I put this extra special here and use that to form part of my journaling. I think that might work better. I don't know, I'm giving myself a headache. I think I might pause and come back to it, but I know that I do want to add a couple of these little pieces. I think that they'll really coordinate well. As I said earlier, I have pulled off this cute little heart from the My Mind's Eye pack, and then that's all that I've done. I've just shuffled paper for a good hour or so, to be honest. So layout designs don't always come easily. Sometimes I have to walk away and come back again, and I don't want my layouts to all look the same either. So that's another thing that I think I struggle a bit with when creating. is I automatically sometimes go to a certain design and then I feel like I've done it before. I have taken out the stencil, the exclusive stencil, because I thought I could just add a bit of texture along this top corner using just my favourite whip spackle, and just maybe applying that on that diagonal as well, just to give it a bit of something up in that corner. And oh golly, I'm wondering whether to include some gold as well, because if I did, I could add a lot more sort of pieces through these rub-ons, even if it was just these flowers. It's a floral design here and some of the hearts. That might be cute. So I will keep those out. But I think I'm just going to walk away for a couple of minutes and come back and see. Okay, so I've come back fresh to my layout at this point, and I decided definitely to go ahead with that whip spackle in that top right corner through that exclusive stencil, which is gorgeous, by the way. I really loved the look that it gave, and underneath those butterflies it did just add that little bit of extra detail that I think looks so pretty. Then what I decided to do was I had grabbed out a heart from the My Mind's eye pack, and then I thought, well, maybe I could use the Simple Stories plain pack, gold them up with my favourite Zing embossing powder that I love. It's a glitter finish one. Gold them up and bring that gold glittery element to the page and sort of that accent colour that I think the page needed. So I end up doing that to the XOXO and 2 of the hearts, and I also add more of that glitter look in from the Heidi Swap clip, which is down to the left of the photo there. And then I end up adding in, as I was just saying just before, those gold rub-ons from the Amy Tam pack. So I actually cut one of the flowers in half, and I use one at the top corner of the page and one to the left of the photo, to the right of the photo, sorry. And then I do add a couple more scattered throughout. So I sort of cut a little grouping of the hearts and there were these gorgeous sweet little flowers as well in gold. So you'll see me add a few of those to the page as I'm doing now, and they rub. I know that when I get rub-ons now, I need to use them pretty much right away. I think that the temperature in my room isn't very friendly to rub-ons, and my room's separate to the house. My craft room's like at the back of our block in a shed, so sort of like a shed, I suppose, but a very pretty one. So they don't last as long, so I do definitely need to use them, or they end up sticking to the sheet and not being able to be used. So I'm glad that I popped those onto a page so that they're not going to go to waste and just stay in my stash and then be unusable. And what I also did with those sweet butterflies that I'd fussy cut out from that paper is I have machine stitched through the center of them just to give them a little bit extra detail. And when I've applied them to the page, I've adhered them just with my fine line bottle just down that center of the butterfly so that I could fold the edges up as you see me doing there. Then I have that sweet Pink Fresh Studio word, which the pink in it, I thought that lots of the colors were too bold, but the pink in it does go beautifully with this page. It's a nice soft pink, and I added that to the page with machine stitching, and then I add the Pink Fresh rubber word under that as well. Now that layout was pretty much finished. All I had to add to that was some journaling, and now I'm sharing a little bonus for you, which was a card that I quickly made up with some of my scraps of paper and butterflies and some of the cardstock from the cardstock add-on. So it's a little surprise for you at the end of the video. If you've made it this far, hopefully if you're watching you must have. So what I'm doing is I've grabbed some of the leftover triangle piece that I had cut out from that paper, And I'm using another leftover piece that I had cut from my layout just to make a sort of full rectangular mat. Then I'm using a few of the butterflies that I've cut out, and I've continued the same colors in this card, and I'm going to staple them onto that piece so that they're going diagonally across that triangle piece. Then what I'm going to do is I was trying to figure out how, and it was pretty cool, the My Mind's Eye pack had a piece of wood veneer that said celebrate, so I thought perfect for birthdays. And I was trying to find something I could layer under it. I wanted to keep the card simple, but I felt like it needed just something else. So I end up popping a little bit of string or thread, pink thread behind it, just bundled up. And that just gave it that little bit of detail that it needed. To finish off this card, I made an envelope using my We Are Memory Keepers punch board. And I used that out of the butter cardstock, which is that yellow cardstock in the kit. So I'm going to leave you now with some close-ups and then some close-ups of my layout as well. So thank you for watching today. Thank you for supporting me with my process videos and my making of them. And I will be back soon with some more layouts to share. So thanks everyone. Bye.